Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you wherever you are. I am Daniel Mauliquist, a stylist, a designer, and a creative in Accra. I am doing this video to actually just shed some light on a music video that came out last night or this morning, early hours of this morning, by Akan, pure Akan. Who is a long-time collaborator of mine. I did work on the project as a wardrobe designer, and I just wanted to share with you the process that went into creating wardrobe for this particular music video. I mean, if you haven't heard by now, the MeKa album is out, and it's a phenomenal album. It's such a beautiful album that speaks to us as a human institution, and us as Black people, our experiences and how we can really just pay more attention to a couple of the things that we do. So this music video in particular is MeKa Ho Bi, WoKa Ho Bi, which speaks to or which seeks to hold, or loosely translates, we are all responsible, or we are all accountable. You are part, I am part. Whether it's the solution or the problem or the solution, we are all involved, or we all need to be involved. So this is what it looks like. So I will be giving commentary whilst the video plays, but you could watch it or listen to the commentary later on whilst you're watching it on your laptop or something. I don't, either ways. But the video opens with this shot into a courtyard at the castle, Elmina Castle. So this was such a powerful opening, and for me, this was Akan. And let me pause this for a second. You can see that he's wearing, a suit, and the suit has got this white details, and the white details, if the camera doesn't go very close to it, so you will not be able to tell, but these are cowries, or cowries that I had lined up around some parts of the suit to accentuate it. So, and I did that to point out that the castle is a place that belonged to, white people, or the slave owners, or the slave shippers, or whatever. But as the song speaks to calling us all and making us accountable, we also embody part of the problem that castle is to us historically, and even to us as a traumatized people. So to me, the suit was a representation, and I've always said this, that a suit has always been a representation of the box that we were put in, and the uniform that kind of meant power. So even the suit as we know it, and as a stylist, I mean, most people who would know, they say you have to have a power suit if if you're coming up in the business world. And so for me, the slave trade was a transactional thing, and it was business to them, but to the people that were making the money. But it was a problem to those who were at the receiving end of the punishment or of the trade. And so then that is why I decided on, or chose, the suit to show that. And because we're in the castle, the dances were the ghosts that still haunt the place. So to me, it was very important that we talked about using masks in the video, because the directors had the vision of having masks, and it initially they wanted like a wooden, like figures or like wooden masks. But to me, they have come to represent something, something else. And what they were before, I am not too versed in that information. So using wooden masks that are African or known as African masks to play the role, it didn't feel right to me. So I resorted to like creating these masks that the dancers would be wearing throughout the video. So yeah, as you can see, he offers his hat, which is, like a bowler hat, which also signifies the colonial rule. So I have these two spirited dancers who are like really just like kind of, it was almost worshiping and criticizing the artist at this point, the whole time when all the slow thing was happening, it was almost haunting and praising at the same time because we couldn't see the emotions on their face. I chose the outfit that they had so that, it's like the mask doesn't show their emotion, and so you can't tell by their emotion, but by their action. It's praise, it's criticism, and praise at the same time, And so that is what wardrobe can also do, and so yeah, that is the opening, and it was so powerful because that shot opens into the courtyard, and it wasn't a performance shot, it was interactive between, the camera that was capturing and the performers around him, and then after that it goes to him, kind of performing. Now you can see that it goes between him in a very dark space, with all the blinks, like he has gold jewelry. Like I decided to like put him in, like a lot of gold jewelry, and so he has that going in the dark room, and then the kente, which is also something that symbolizes status and wealth and things like that within our context as well, and still in the castle, right? And so those were two things that I paid attention to, or I wanted to make really stand out in the video as well. The jewelry and all the wardrobe, everything is from here in a sense. So then it goes on to a space where, oh man, the dancers, you can see him in the Osedro shirt at the church where he kind of like speaks to, Usum Basar, Usum Roman, and then also the church. So this is the amazing thing about it is, if it's not very noticeable, but this scene right now, this particular scene, he talks about Usum Basar, Usum Roman, Usum Kremo, and so so there is a shrine sitting in front of a Presbyterian church in Labadi. Thanks to Sajatu Clotte for putting us in touch with his team in Labadi, who kind of like facilitated this. And there's parts of this thing that we don't even see because we had to like pour libation and do an entire ceremony or a little ritual to be able to like do the shoot in front of the shrine, or depict the shrine in the video the way that we did. So even if it's brief, but these are the things that are important to to Akan, that the right things be done. So we did the right thing, and so that, as you can see, he is posted in front of a shrine by a church, raising our attention to this thing. And for me, I was thinking, I didn't want him dressed too flashy. It was very plain background. And so the Osedro shirt just made sense because, it had a splash of the colors, that were needed to like make it pop in the scene. So then that was the reason why I went for that particular shirt for the scene. So yeah, it cuts between all of that stuff, and then there is the dancer. Again, also the dancer is wearing almost very peacocky, because the director told me what they wanted. They wanted something that was, and shout out to Na. Na is the one who I told her my vision, and she got the materials and did the sewing of the almost feathery outfit for the dancer, the green one, and the dancer still had the mask, which also doesn't show the emotion. And then from there, we decided to keep it really simple for the looks that would cut in between the main ones. So yeah, and so for me, my approach to the video or wardrobe for the video or designing wardrobe for the video was just, because I'd seen the locations and stuff like that. So it was like really relatively pretty simple for me to like decide that, okay, I'm going to let the essence, it's not a flashy song. It's not about showing off anything, but it was to carry the message. So the wardrobe doesn't take away from listening, but rather also, complement the song in a way. So yeah, that is what I decided to do for the music video, MeKa Ho Bi, WoKa Ho Bi. And what is beautiful is, as it opens, the song opens to Akan in the courtyard in suit. It closes with him walking out with the poem that was kind of like ending it in his kente, exiting the castle. You get what I mean? So then it's full circle. And it's beautiful that, such a collaborative effort is able to translate, at least for us who are trying to create. A couple of, people have told me that, videos that we, if we don't have a lot of money to shoot the video, it will not be played on many platforms because of whatever reason. But it's not really, for me, really, yes, if it plays on bigger platforms, it's good for the artist, and it's good for the collaboration, and it's good for the voice that we're trying to put out there. But if it doesn't, who cares? We're able to like bring a certain vision to life. So yeah, thank you for watching. And that is my process, or like what I went through to create the wardrobe for the MeKa Ho Bi, WoKa Ho Bi music video. I hope you watch it and enjoy it, as we enjoyed making it. Yeah. Thank you, and have a lovely day. Peace.